Hi there, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another live stream. I'm Sophia Bryan, and if this is your first time catching a live stream, or if we have been newly acquainted, welcome. So I'm an attorney at law, and I'm a leadership and business development strategist. And yesterday in my Facebook group, I did a live stream titled "What do you bring to the table?" and the answer to that question being what will allow you to have more confidence and allowing you to position yourself a whole lot better in the marketplace. And that's what's going to allow you to boldly set yourself apart from the rest. No, it occurred to me that, so if you want to listen to that live stream, you can join my Facebook group. It's called the Driven Woman Leadership Circle. And I think I'll put the link to that at the end of this. So you can go and listen to that conversation about what my suggestions are for answering the question of what do you bring to the table. Because regardless of the scenario that you are in, whether it be job opportunities or business, you're going to have to answer that question whether directly or indirectly. And I spoke about the fact that you can think of cause and effect, right? So you being the cause, your presence being the cause, and what is the effect that your present has it's going to have on a situation or a scenario, an organization, a company, a business, what have you. So the key thing that came up for me is that crave your indulgence. Let me just quickly share this video somewhere else. Thank you, Carissa, for giving me a like. How you doing? Share to your group. So I'm just sharing this to my group. Just a moment. Bear with me, guys. All right, there we go. So it occurred to me that a lot of people, a lot of women especially, talk about the fact that it's hard for them to decide on what they're going to specialize in or what they're going to prioritize. Oh my God, I have so many skills, I have so many talents, I want to do so many things, I have so many ideas. I'm so gifted. What do I do? And that is a perfectly legitimate question because as women, we are we're forced to grow up very fast in a lot of cases. You know, everyone expects that as a woman you're going to be a mother or have motherly instincts or be a homemaker, and all of those things allow you to develop some really unique skill sets along the way. You're very driven, you're hardworking, and you do a lot of strange random things along the way that allow you to garner different skill sets, and you just have different ideas. You're just so dynamic, right? And this is a genuine struggle that a lot of people have. They have so many interests, but they don't know, what do I prioritize? What if I bring a lot to the table? How do I communicate my value, so that people aren't, one, confused, they're able to place me somewhere, and I'm immediately able to make an impact? Well, this is something that I had a challenge with at one point because, um, throughout my university college journey, um, throughout that entire process, I worked, and working allowed me to be exposed to different industries, and I liked a lot of different things. Uh, but you will quickly realize that in communicating your value, you need to be able to stand for something. There is something that you need to be known for. Um, and it's just what it is. I remember working for a law firm in Kingston, where this attorney, she was a queen's, or she is a queen's counsel, and being a queen's counsel means that you are creme de la creme among your peers. You paid your dues, you worked really hard, and you have set yourself above the rest. Whether it be in trial advocacy or just how you've positioned yourself as an attorney. So she was it, or she's it, one of those people. And I would say that she had a general practice, meaning she did a lot of different kind of cases. So from real estate to personal injury to criminal advocacy. She was known for a lot. But even though she did a lot, even though several people came to her for various cases, even divorce, even family law, even though people came to her for various things, I would say that what allowed her to set herself apart was her impact in the courtroom. So she took on some high profile clients in the criminal law scene, and that allowed her to really make her mark and stand out in the media. And I think that if it weren't for those high profile cases or just her sheer brilliance in the courtroom, yeah, people would have known that she did other areas, but I think that's what reeled people into her, and that's what allowed people to recognize her basically. So okay, you're this brilliant criminal attorney. So maybe you can help me with this divorce, or maybe you can help me with this family law case, maybe you can help me with this real estate transaction. But for the most part, what really set herself apart from other people, other attorneys who were also quite brilliant, um, was her work in the criminal law scene, was her impact inside of the courtroom, taking on very challenging, very technical cases and coming out on the side of victory. That's what set herself apart. And so that's point one. You can be good at a lot of things, you can bring a lot to the table, but what's truly going to set you apart is one thing. And once you decide on that one thing, hi there, Tashai, once you decide on what that one thing is, then you'll have an opportunity to say, well, I'm good at this one thing, but if you also need support in this area, I'm also able to assist you. But I truly believe that it's after determining what that one thing is, that will be it would be a good use of your time to decide on that one thing and to coin the language around what you bring to the table, what impact that you've had. So look throughout your personal journey, what is the thing that you've had the most impact with, maybe you're most passionate about, and that will guide you. So the other thing that I want to suggest is, if you are good at a lot of things, you're dynamic and needing to decide on how will you put yourself out there, um, to be a more influential person in your positioning. Something that I always revert to is, what's your big why? I had a mentor once that said, you need to have a why that makes you cry. I'm sure he didn't invent that, but it was the first time I heard it. He said, you need to have a why that makes you cry. And before that, when I was about, I'd say 22, 21, 22, 23, there was this lady I used to follow. I still follow her, actually. And she said, what's your why? What's your big why? I listened to one of her trainings and she was like, what's your big why? And I was just so puzzled. I'm like, why? What's my why? I kid you not, I just couldn't grasp the concept of my why. And I think the reason for that was maybe just life experiences that I've had up until that point. Maybe they didn't jerk me enough, or I didn't really take the time to look inward. So just along your journey, whether it's in your career or if you're starting a business, there's an inward journey or an inward conversation that you absolutely have to have. Why am I doing this? What's the point? What's my motivation? So, in other words, not your why, but what's your motivation? What's the end result that you're trying to achieve? What's pushing you? What is getting you to get up in the mornings? You need to understand that question. And in asking yourself that question and in providing yourself with an answer, I think that would also support you in deciding on how you're going to position yourself. And remember, your positioning is going to impact or influence the impact that you're able to have on how you are seen, the kind of attention that you command. So those are my two suggestions for today. You're dynamic, you have a lot of skills, you don't know what to do. Oh my god, what idea should I start out with? These two things, you need to decide on one thing. Okay? And you'll get an opportunity to explore all your talents with your potential clients or your potential investors or your potential company by being known for one thing, having a specialty or something close to a specialty. And after getting in or being seen, then you might have an opportunity to share the other skill sets, right? And for those of you watching the replay or just joining me, you'll just go back to the replay where I share the story or the scenario of an attorney I worked with in Jamaica. And then two, have a conversation with yourself. What's your why? What's your motivation? What's going to cause you to get up in the morning? And I think that will be a major guide with how you want to position yourself, what value you want to highlight the most, because that will get you closer to that result a lot faster. So I hope this is resonating with you and I hope it's making sense. And if you want to listen to the first conversation about how you go about answering the question of what do I bring to the table, I invite you to join my Facebook group, Driven Woman Leadership Circle. And for those of you who you're on your personal leadership journey, you want to make some shifts, you want to make a transition, whether you want to move from corporate to business or you want to get a promotion, if you want to negotiate salary, if you want some support, if you know you need an extra layer of accountability, I encourage you to consider joining my membership program, and I will leave the link for you to go and check that out. And for the month of July, the rest of the month of July, everyone that signs up will get a 30% off by using the code birthday. And there's also an extra special offer for persons who are inside of my Facebook group, and that's a women only Facebook group. Sorry, guys. All right, so if this resonated with you, please give me a like. Please share it with someone who may be confused about what their next best steps are, and or they're confused about what big idea they should be pursuing. And give me a like. And if you have any comments or feedback, feel free to share them in the comment section. I'd be happy to engage you in that regard. All right, so that's it from me for now. I'll leave the relevant links in the comment section. Bye. Thanks for tuning in.